Hi everyone, this is Jim. I wanted to start a little mini-series here talking about corner invasions. Before I get going, I wanted to remind everyone this is part of the Double Digit Q series. So I'm just a Double Digit Q player talking to other fellow Double Digit Q players. So not everything I say is going to be correct. That's the reason for that caveat. When I know something is true for sure, I'll give a reference, and other things are just stuff I've worked out on my own and things that I think are true. So certainly I'm not trying to mislead anyone, but you should always check these things for yourself. Okay, so why corner invasions? I've just had some problems recently in some of my games in corners that I thought were safe and my opponent successfully invaded. And then there were corners that I thought I should have been able to invade, and yet I got beat. So it seemed like my stones got routed or captured. So it seems like I need to study this topic a little more to do better. We could start with when to invade the corner. It's usually considered, particularly in a large game, say the typical 19 by 19 game, it's usually considered premature to invade into the corner in the opening. But if there's a corner that's still available for invasion later on in the game, it's sometimes quite a big swing. If you can jump into the corner, even if you're completely sealed in, you can still steal 10 or 20 points just by making a group that lives in the corner. So it's a valuable technique to know in all games. And particularly if you play a lot of these smaller games like the 13 by 13 game that I've got here. I've got a 13 by 13 board, which I play a lot of those because they're over quicker. They're more manageable time, a more manageable piece of time to devote to a game. Then the corners are much more important, so that you can invade pretty early on into the corners. So the first piece of information I wanted to start with, which is correct. So this is something I know it's true because I read in the book. This comes from the Janice Kim Learn to Play Go series, Volume 2. She talks about corner enclosures. And she talks about two kinds. There's this two-stone enclosure, typically started with the 3-4 stone, and then you jump across with the knight's move across the star point to this point, the 5-3 point. And that makes an enclosure. And so this is your territory if you're white. And if any black stone invades here, you should be able to capture it. And whatever you lose making moves in here to capture the stone, you gain back in terms of the stones you capture. So this should be territory you can put in the bank. You can count on this. And how much territory is there? It's actually 11 spaces there. So you have to imagine that there's stones around the border here, so you can't count those spaces. So there's 2 here, there's 3 here, 3 more here, and 3 more here. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. So there's 11 points in that corner. And a similar calculation over here gives 2 plus 3 plus 4 times 3. There's 12 points there, plus 3 plus 2. So 12 and 5 is 17. So this is a 17-point corner for black. This is an 11-point corner for white. And so there are two kinds of issues I want to talk about with the corner invasions. The first is when you have a corner and your opponent invades, if you play, I guess, a strong enough player, they'll know, or if you're strong enough and your opponent is strong enough, then both of you will know the corner is safe and invasion won't succeed, so you don't have to worry about it. But the people I play don't know that, and I don't know how to defend the corners, apparently. So so you will see people trying to invade corners when they shouldn't really get away with it. So one is, how to deal with these invasions that shouldn't work. And then secondly, if we back up a couple of moves, say here's a corner that only has 2 of the 3 stones that it needs to be enclosed, you should be able to invade this one successfully. So we're going to talk about how you invade a corner which is not fully enclosed, and then how you can defeat an invasion. And similarly with this corner, this one is not enclosed at all. So you should be able to invade here and make some space. So that's going to be the topic of these videos. I'm doing it as a mini-series. I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but I want to have a limited amount of exposition per video, give you something to chew on each video. And then I'll finish the video off with a game or something fun. So it'll take me a while to cover all the cases, and I haven't worked everything out. So that's the other reason why I want to take my time going through this. But I want to try and figure this out. So hopefully I will give some good coverage by the time this series is over. So let's get started. The very first thing I wanted to talk about is the basic 3-3 invasion. I covered this once before, but I'm going to repeat this and maybe bring out a couple points I didn't emphasize so much the first time. So if your opponent just has a stone on the star point, there's no other surrounding stones to help it out, you can invade here, and you get a good result locally. Basically, you can get a territory in the corner, and black gets an outside wall. Black can pretty much completely surround you. But if that's all you're going for, if all you want is the territory, and that's why these invasions happen later in the game, because early in the game that outside wall will be influencing territory. But if all this territory is already settled, the wall doesn't make any difference, and you can eat up your opponent's territory if he hasn't protected it well enough by invading here. So black blocks. He can block in either direction, so black gets to choose which way to send your stone. Say it chooses here, you play here. And this is a joseki. So this part I can say, the other reference I'm using is the Idogo Joseki, online Joseki dictionary, and I'll give a reference, I'll give a pointer to that in the description of this video so you can look up these Josekis yourself. But this is a well-known way of playing. So you've got 2 stones here. It's black's turn to move. He wants to prevent you from expanding, so he hits the head of 2 stones, as the saying goes. You hane, black extends is the most common response, and we'll come back to other responses. You extend once more, black extends once more, and then you come back to this side, extending or haneing once in this direction, white blocks, and then you protect that connection there, and black protects that connection. And now it's your turn, actually. And this is a living shape in the corner, so this is alive. Your invasion has succeeded, and black has all of this outside influence. So that's why if you do this too soon in the game, this is considered a good result for black. So that's why you don't invade too quickly. So that is the basic Joseki. But there are variations here which are very useful to know, particularly if you're playing one of these 13 by 13 games, or if you're black and you really want the corner. I'll show you a nice alternate way of playing. So instead of extending here, it's black's turn and black extends, and this is the kind of peaceful variation. I guess I'll put it on the board again. Let's back up. At this point here, where black extended, instead of extending, you can do a double hane. You can hit this stone again, and this result. Well, let's see what happens. White typically cuts here, and that's an Atari on this stone, and so black has to protect. And then white can capture this stone, the stone on H2. But black can cut back here. There's also other moves here. Black can cut out in this direction if he's not interested in the corner. But what is interesting about this is that black actually gets to keep the corner in this variation. So this can be very useful, once again, if you're playing one of those smaller games, or some game where for whatever reason it's important for you to keep the corner. What does white get as compensation for giving you the corner? White you had the corner to start with in a way. You hadn't secured it, but you had kind of staked a claim by having one stone there. White invades, and then with the double hane, you keep the corner. What is white getting? White gets this structure called Panuki, these 4 stones here. And white has the move. It's white's turn to move here. So white can, if this area over here, for example, is open space, white can place a stone out here and try and build a territory on this side of the wall. Or he can just place somewhere else, make a big move somewhere else. The one thing white should not do is he should not try to save those stones, because they really are gone. There's no way out. You can see that that group is getting captured. So so that's why I like this Joseki, this particular variation, because often in one of these 13 by 13 games, you want to keep the corner. You may have, there might not be much territory out on this side. And remember, you can choose which side to put this on. The very first move that black makes after the invasion chooses a direction. So by playing here, you're saying you're going to allow white to build that structure, that Panuki, over here. If you wanted him to build it over here, you could put it on this side. You choose a side where you have stones, right? So let's go forward again. If you've got stones out here, and if black has stones out here, then this is not going to be much use, right? It's just going to be a little structure that will have to struggle to live unless it's got other stones it can link up to or create something. So, so you can choose the direction to put this on the side that's most best for you. Let's see. You can also choose at this point to cut this way and keep the outside influence if you want to as well. So all of those are josekis, and it's pretty interesting to know. One other thing about this is that sometimes, okay, you do the double hane, and say it's near it really is the end game, and everything is completely settled, and white really just wants to live in the corner. Now this move is not a joseki. This move is not considered good, and but you can play it. And what you get if white tries to kill these stones, it looks like white is trying to surround this, you can live here. And this is the part where I have to qualify this. I think you could live here. The thing is that you know, black would like to place a stone here to kill your group, but black has an exposed cut over here, so you can win this stone and maybe survive this way. So so I think black, after black tries to surround you and you block here with the hane, I think black protects here, and then you have time to play this move. And if black creeps in on this side, for example, trying to take away your eye, you play this move. And now you've got two eyes. You've got an eye here and you've got an eye here. The thing is that black cannot kill that eye. You might think this move here turns it into a false eye, but you can capture those stones. So this is a very delicate timing, but it looks like if you do it in this order, if black really has to fix that cut there, and then you can place this stone here at L1, and then I think you survive. And if black comes around this way, then you play here. And if black comes in here, you can capture it. Say black tries to build up by coming in around this way, you just place a stone here. This is also a living structure with two eyes. So you can see this is a bad result. You've got a very tiny amount of territory and you're completely surrounded. You're not connecting up with anything. So that's why this is not joseki. But if it's the end game, if the game is all over and the only territory that's undisputed is this territory over here in the corner, and your opponent may be thinking he's got 12 points or 9 points in the corner here, you've just taken that away. That's gone. You just invaded. Oops, here. You invaded, and you played in the most passive way possible, but you're doing this because there's nothing for you out here, so the cut doesn't have any value. So you just come back and you defend your invasion, and you can live here. So that is what I wanted to say about the 3-3, and I think those are some useful hints. And then one more thing that I wanted to discuss in this video. This is the, let's go forward to this point. Let's say black has gotten to the point where he's got two stones around the big corner here, but not the third stone. Can you invade, and how might this go? I'm going to just give one example here, but I thought it was an interesting one. This was, I found this in a Nick Sabicki video, so I think this one is probably fairly correct. Let's see. So you invaded 3-3, and black blocks here because he wants to drive you into the stone. And so you go here. And now there's different moves that black can play. I'm only going to show one line, and then we'll look at other variations in the next video. But I just wanted to leave you with this one because I thought it was kind of interesting. Say black hane's on the bottom here, trying to push you into this stone. You expanded that stone, and then black blocks here. So this is the configuration that arose in a video that Nick Sabicki had. And he showed that white can actually live here. So it's pretty interesting. I might not remember the exact move order, but basically white has to hane on both sides. Let's say you hane here first. Black really needs to protect that connection. So he goes here. You hane here, And this connection also probably needs to be connected. Although, let's see, if white first cuts, basically the idea is you sacrifice that stone. And as he goes here, you extend this way. And when black takes that stone, you extend this way. And then at some point black protects that connection. You get a configuration like this. This is alive, and it's pretty interesting to try and kill it. There are different ways to try and kill it. You know, it's not, first of all, this is a bent L, but it's not the bent L in the corner, the bent 4 in the corner, because the bend occurs out here. It doesn't occur right in the corner. So this is a living shape, but there is a catch, which is these two groups are not connected. So it's possible to split them if you're not careful. But it doesn't work here because you have one outside liberty here and one outside liberty here. So let's give some examples. Let's back up. Say black directly tries to come in here and kill the group like this. So his idea is to maybe play here and kill this separated group, turn this into a false eye. What you can do is you can block here. And now this is a tiny little group with one eye, and this is a group that only is, but both these still have two liberties, so it'll take black at least 2 moves to kill either one of those. That move is not legal now, so say black covers up the outside liberty here, threatening to kill you by playing at M3. You play at M3 first, and you're alive. Say black tries to cover here, threatening to maybe invade and kill this group. Actually, that's never going to work because this has a liberty there too. So after this stone is played at N3, yeah, you play here at N2, and I went too quick. Play there at N2, and this group cannot be killed. You just have to be careful to respond quickly when your liberties disappear. Let's see, where else could black invade? The other way to try and invade is to try and stop you from building that eye over here. But then you have this move. And now, well, once again, black can try and kill this group by taking away its outside liberties, and he just needs one more move to kill there. You capture this stone. And now you look at this, and this also has 2 true eyes. You have this group here looking at that eye. It has 2 liberties, this one, and this group here has 2 liberties there, and so black can never kill that group. So it's alive. And you can work out other variations there, but this is a nice little structure to know. It's this stone out here, you just it's part of this sacrifice to give away a stone over here. So the only part that matters is that you have this shape and this shape, just 2 stones here and 4 stones here, this in a kind of sideways L, and these 2 poking into it, and that's a living shape. You can always make an eye there. It's important that if black takes away one of these liberties, you need to respond and play a move like that to make sure that you don't get killed. Then if he comes in here, you play a move like that, and this is all one connected group with 2 liberties. Or if he plays in this, and you get this shape with 2 liberties. So you just have to be quick to notice when your outside liberties disappear and make sure you create a living shape there. If you don't do that, if you ignore it and play another move, say enclosing this corner, then black comes in with this move, attacking this group. And is that the move? I think that's not the move. This is the move. Attacking this group. And to save it, you've got to play at M3. Yeah, you have to play there. There's no way, because black is threatening to play there, and that will kill this group. There's no other way to add a liberty to that group. So you're forced to play there, and then black can go here. And now this is just a famous dead shape. There's only 3 spaces there. As long as black gets to play in the middle first, your group is dead. There's only one eye there. So that's the importance of those outside liberties. You've got those outside liberties here, and then this group is alive. So that's what I wanted to show you. Let's back up. In the next video, I want to look at other invasions of these 4-4 points with just one of the 2 stones placed, and we'll continue on from there. So that's it. Let's play a game. Oh, here's a game. Jesse Reza Cross, and I don't know how you say that. Okay, it's his first move. Okay, he goes the 4-4 point. Let's take the other corner. And then let's take one off. I'm doing something similar to the Chinese opening where I'll try and come back here and build something on this side. So he approaches. I'm going to do the standard back off here. See if he wants to. The normal move is to come into the corner at D12. He doesn't go there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this stone and try and secure this corner. Normally black responds with the move F10 there. Strengthen that stone. And gives him some territory on the side here. That's it's a good move. And now I'm going to approach this stone. If I invade here now, since we were just talking about invasions, let's see, he could block and drive me this way and then, try and make me create a Panuki out here. I don't want to get just a tiny territory. I think it's too early to settle for that. So I think a larger approach here, or the outside approach is better here. Yeah, so he kicks me, and I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to build this little, let's see, what's the spacing? Yeah, it's 2 stones and 3 spaces, so that's good spacing for him. That's maybe, I don't know, is that strictly necessary? I don't know. So this corner has maybe something in here that I could try and access. The other thing I didn't mention in that previous video is that the stones on the outside can help you link up to a stone on the inside sometimes. So this is I'm kind of looking at this territory over here, and see if I play underneath like this and he blocks, I can play here. So I'm sneaking some stones into the corner here, stealing away a little bit of black space. My corners, this corner over here is not secure. And this one, I don't know, maybe he can do the same kind of trick to me that I'm doing to him and try and invade my corner over here. I was expecting that. So I block here, and maybe he captures that stone, but I've eaten away a couple points of his territory here with these moves. You can't rely on my judgment here as to whether this is correct at this stage. But let's see, can he cut here at L2? I mean, the thing, there might be bigger moves on the board. Maybe I should be jumping into the center, or maybe I should be protecting this corner rather than fighting here. But well, once you start a fight, you usually need to follow it out. It looks like he's giving me the corner, because when I get one more move here, now he can't play at L2. I'll capture that stone. And I'm linked up to the outside, so he volunteered. He gave me that corner. So a stone here to protect this corner, a stone here to protect this corner, or stones in the middle. Yeah, so he invades here before I get to that. So I'm going to try that trick of driving his stone. I'm going to do the double hane, try and capture this. So he's kind of wise to that. He goes in the other direction. So if he goes that way, I will keep the corner and let him try and make territory on the side there. He doesn't have a whole lot of room to run here on the side. But maybe just enough. Okay, let's stay on the outside of that stone. And I could do a Atari here. He would connect. Could come underneath. I'm not sure. I feel like I want to strengthen this stone, actually. And I definitely want to prevent this group from growing any larger, and maybe try and cut away at it from underneath. Yeah, so he cuts me, but is that really going to work? I'm going to strengthen this stone. And then I'm going to attack Atari, that stone that he placed at D8. And then this is another Atari. Hey, he connects up. That is true. But, well, I have this group on the outside here. Let's make sure this group can link up to something. I don't think he can cut right now. Maybe he can. I should probably protect this cut at some point. And he might also try to undercut my corner. So I want to extend this down one step closer to the edge. I want to protect this cut. I might want to come back here and grow in this direction. Those are ideas for me to play over here. There's the center, which nobody has claimed. Yeah, let's go ahead. I can do this with tempo. I can attack that stone, and that secures a connection between these two groups. So this group will not be left for dead. Let's try and let's connect here first. I want to try and pressure this group, but I want to be safe too. So I was debating between B8 there and where I played, which was C12, C10. Okay, so he played here at B3. If I honey, he can capture that stone, so let's not play there. So I think this game is shaping up to be pretty good for Black. I think Black is showing himself to be a good player. He's got a big corner here. He's got a living shape over here eating into my territory on the side, but he has this side here pretty well sewed up. But he gave me this corner. And I have a few points from the Komi that I get, and I have this side. So maybe it's a balanced game all in all. I'm not good at counting yet, so I can't tell you who's got the more points. That's first I'll learn how to play, then I'll learn how to count. Seems like now moves in the center are starting to look pretty big. I want to get one more move over here, but maybe later. Maybe that's kind of a small move, I guess, in a way. More points in the center now. So I could play at I'm going to play a square like J5, you know, kind of shutting this group out of the center and looking in this direction. I could jump up with some two-space jumps. Okay, so he's looking at that connection. I want to connect right away. So now I have an idea of how to play in the center here, right? I would just kind of keep this group from expanding and connecting with anything. So he's got two stones here. I just want to keep them cut off from any other stone. So he could connect up with these stones or with these stones. And so I want to place something that stops that. If I go here, he cuts, I block. Maybe a little bit further away, the knight's move. And a move here. The advantage of the knight's move over other moves in that situation is that okay, so now I can start threatening to cut this group. Let's see, I want to make my group stronger, so I want to move kind of slowly there and then maybe play here. My group is not linked up, so I need to make sure I win some kind of capturing race here. Yeah, so he's going to try and stop me. Yeah, this guy's good. Let's see, so I get an Atari here. And then And then a stone there. That might give me something. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liberties. That's a lot. And I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's my turn. If I start taking liberties and he starts taking liberties, he will win the capturing race. So when I play here, does that somehow give me an extra liberty? It does if I capture this stone. And I play here. That will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will give me 5 liberties. Let's start this capturing race. Let's see. I'm not sure. That wasted one more move than I was counting on.
10, 9.
So let's go ahead and take that move. He has to connect because if I capture that stone, then that gives it connects these two groups, and they'll definitely be
9, 8,
alive, and he will be dead.
7,
So
6.
I connect here. Now I've got 1, 2, 3 liberties. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's still got one extra because I had to waste a move here because this
5,
stone was isolated.
4, 3, 2.
Sad
1.
to say. So what can I play here? This group only has 3 liberties, and I'm down to 2, and he's still got 4. Yeah, okay. I'm going to lose this capturing race. So I'm going to lose these stones. What should
10,
I play to maximize
9,
my
8,
profit?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This group has 3 liberties. I could lean on it for a bit. This might gain me a little more space over here. I'm giving up 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm giving up those 5 stones for dead. But I am. He's got to capture now. I believe he's forced to capture. And then I've got a little bit of life out here. Let's see if he attacks that stone. I connect here. I just have to be a little bit careful. Okay, so let's make sure this group doesn't expand any further into my territory. And we will just have to count up the territory at the end. Oh, he thinks he can cut there. Maybe he can. Yeah, because that stone, he put that stone in Atari. If I connect, then he puts this stone in Atari, or there. Well, if he goes there, I go here. He goes here.
10,
I can attack
9,
it. Okay, I can
8.
connect. I think I can still survive this one. So a stone placed at H2, I place one at G2 and I capture that stone. If you place a stone at G2, then I connect at H2 and I have enough liberties there to survive the race, whatever. Yeah, so I'll have to go here. Yeah, he gets that cut. I have to take here pretty soon. Yeah, this is tricky. The double cuts on that group are pretty dangerous. This is a guy who likes to fight, but he's got all of this space over here that I haven't been able to eat away at. So I think black is winning. When my group got cut off, that killed my invasion and my plans for making space in the center, and that really changed the tide of the battle. So he's going there. I have to take these right away before he captures my group. But I don't think those stones are going anywhere. He disagrees. Okay. Let's make sure they don't go anywhere. Yeah, he's really struggling to kill my groups over here. They should all be alive. I don't know why he's wasting moves. He could just, yeah, that's the way to attack me. So I should place some moves over here and try and make some more space. I guess I have to come back and connect. And let's make some space over here. So this is interesting to think if I can kill this group. Let's connect. Where are the eyes? Yeah, he's got 2 eyes now. He placed there. So see, I can place a stone there. Maybe not the most efficient way to play, but well, I don't see any way to invade over here. I should probably try an invasion anyway. Let's see if I can get away with it. Let's see, there's a weakness here I could peep at, but it's on the wrong side of this stone. It's the problem. You know, I can branch out here and he can block me, so that's just one point is all I can get there by forcing him to protect. Yeah, okay, he played there. That's exactly where I was going to go. Okay, well, let's go ahead and play here. And, you know, this group is kind of weak. I'm threatening an Atari here. I'm threatening to capture that group. Yeah, so he connects. So, you know, it gives me what they call free stuff, I guess. Let's see. If I connect there, he just seals me in. But anyway, that saved him from... That gained me 1 point. I have to be careful here. If I play there, he has the snapback that captures the whole group. That's a trick play. I have to capture these stones. I almost fell for that too. You know, you got to watch those instant replies. But yeah, playing it N1 would have been a huge mistake and given up that whole corner. But you know, look at his space here. So is there anywhere that I could invade? You don't want to, you know, make more moves than necessary. You know, that you can ensure you're safe by completely capturing all those invading stones. But it's better, more points for you, if you don't waste moves capturing those stones that are already dead, because you get those points and you lose points. You get those points for the dead stones and you lose points. Any stone you play to capture them is losing points. So this group here has 1, 2, 3 liberties.
10.
Let's see, I could
9,
block here.
8.
This group is solid.
7, 6.
This group has
5,
a bunch of liberties.
4.
Block
3,
here, he captures.
2. 1.
Well, let's see what he plays. If he plays here, for example, carelessly, then I can play at H7 and capture that group. Because this group is cut off. This group is cut off. This group has 2 eyes. This group is not cut off, so it's connected to all this open space here. And this group is not cut off, and there's just not enough room for me to invade. So in a move or two, I will, yeah, he played there. I'll go ahead and play there, fill in the last dame point. That doesn't cost me anything. That's neutral territory. And then I'm ready to pass unless he wants to try some other trick here. So, you know, the outcome of this game is kind of decided by I never successfully invaded here, and this looks like it's a bigger corner than my corner. If you look at the other territory, I have a little bit of space down here. I don't know. Well, let's pass and see how it adds up. I do have Comey. And let's see. I won this game by 1.5 points. Oh my gosh. Well, that's nice. Yeah, my stones are dead. His stones are dead. Very good. Nice game. Okay, well, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye.